Howdy folks, welcome back to Space Engineers. I've done a bunch of welding. We've got ourselves a base. I'm pretty happy with it. I got a little window here so I can keep an eye on the farm. Got a hook up there with a little sorter on it so I can pull in ore from the rover when we come back. And a little decorating. I've got a couple air vents and an oxygen tank so we can keep it O2 high and warm in here. Because we're up kind of high here on the mountain and it's cold and kind of thin atmosphere out there. I've added a couple speed modules to the assembler. Got some logic here for keeping doors closed, as well as some extra event controllers and timers. Made a little hatch up to the roof. The ladder is mostly decorative. You have to jetpack out of here. Anywho, let's get up some PDCs. Personal defense cannons, interior turrets, because the wolves, they do come calling. I had one come right into the base. So we're gonna face these. Can't remember which side has the ammo. I think we'll make the ammo accessible from the roof. And then we need to go get some, I keep saying we. I need to go get some magnesium. So I can make ammo for these turrets. As well as more iron. Always need more iron. I've got a timer that basically closes the doors for me. And keeps the vent busy. Well, let's head up to the roof. There used to be a mod. I think it was a mod, or maybe it was a different ladder, and you could actually do stuff when you're on the ladder. By default, you can't, so. It does put your jetpack on, though, automatically. So let's get up here on the roof. Vent controller will automatically close that. I may redo this. I'm not sure. I might redo this, but for now, I have a connector up there. Thought being I may eventually have a drone go get ore. Oh, I thought I had enough for that. Yep. Now we have enough for that. Went ahead and put one of these cargo terminal halves up here when I was building. It's pretty handy. Looks like we're going to be short steel plate on this one as well. Do I have steel plate in stock? I do. I don't know why I have all this stuff on me. I thought I just pulled out stuff for the turrets. Go ahead and eat some kelp chips. Keep ourselves topped off. So we have this base, and this will keep us alive. I'm not sure I want to build the farm here. And at any rate, I need to find wheat, because that's what HQ wants me to grow. So one of the things we're going to do is, oh, I don't have my data pad on me, is build a little explorer ship. So we can fly around and see. I probably want to build the farm like next to an ice lake and have some iron nearby. So we're going to go do some exploring. But before I do that, I want to go do some digging. Get some magnesium going. Let's see, let's put stuff we don't necessarily need back in there. We'll keep some steel plates on us. It's always handy to have those. Stick our food in there. Here's my data pad. So this is the to-do list. So we just got those done. So we can take that off the list. Get some magnesium, get some iron, build explorer ship, find a farm location, establish the farm, automate the farm, and profit. So that's the plan. Let's go hop in the rover. Go do some welding. Did I say welding? I meant mining. I had my welder out. So this first little deposit over here, as you can see, has nickel, silicon, and magnesium. So we're going to be looking for the magnesium. We're doing okay on nickel and silicon. Need iron for sure. Yeah, I need some magnesium for ammo. And I had a hole here somewhere. Don't remember where it was. Alright, now we're starting to see nickel. Nickel, nickel. More nickel. There's the silicon. Where was the magnesium? Nickel, silicon. It's around here somewhere. So where's my... I had a little mining hole over here, I thought. Yeah, there's definitely ice here. I see that. I marked magnesium here, so I'm pretty sure that there... Oh, there it is. Found it. So we have some magnesium. It's down a little ways, but it's right in here. So let me go find that. And then we'll get that processing, get some iron, get some ammo made, and then we'll start thinking about how we want to build a ship. So I'll be back in a little while. Got the magnesium processing and heading back with a big load of iron. And it looks like we got another storm moving then. It's fairly stormy up here. But I've been making this iron run quite a few times. I can find my way back. So I'm going to let this process up, and I'm going to need some clearer weather. Build a ship. I think we'll build a ship up on the roof, or I don't know, maybe I should make a landing pad. I want to build it from a connector, basically, so we can get the batteries charging right away. We'll see. I don't know how long this storm is going to last. Might have to go get some more iron while it goes. But anywho, I'll be back and we'll start building a ship. Hopefully. Might need to put some more lights on this. There we go. Don't really need a backup light. Looks like we got plenty of light off of these. This is a little tricky backing up to get hooked up to the side connector, but usually after a few tries I can get it. Not quite right. There it is. Let that pull everything in. Go dump my stuff off as well. So yeah, I'm gonna keep mining, refining, and we'll build a ship in a little bit. Alright, it's cleared up a bit, so we're gonna build. Got a connector up here on this connector. So if I weld this up, then we can lock it. Switch lock. Cool. Now I can build off that connector and get a battery going, and it will charge up. Speaking of charging up, I don't think I have the components to build a charging station. So I have to be careful with my hydrogen. I don't think I've used any. Yeah, I haven't used any out of the bottle yet. So we're doing pretty well. But let's go to here and let's see. We're going to definitely need a cockpit. We're going to need some atmospheric thrusters. That's got all of them on there. I don't know if I've got battery anywhere, so we're going to need a battery. We've got cargo. Gyroscope. What else are we going to need? Probably should throw an ore detector on it. So that's kind of the basics. And did I just hear lightning? Pretty sure I just heard lightning. I'll have to be careful with that. So if I get this guy... Oh, I used up all my steel plate. Alright, let's get some basics on us. We can place stuff down. Alright, so go back out here. Let's get the... I think we'll just use this cockpit. And then I need a conveyor converter. Conveyor sorter, conveyor converter. Like that, and then we need a cargo. Do I have cargo on here? Don't have cargo. I want a medium cargo container. So we can bring stuff back with us should we find something. I'm not going to be mining with this. We don't need any mining. Definitely going to need some batteries. Let's put a battery on, each side of that. And then we're going to need some thrusters, of course. Should we do the couple large flats, maybe? Just making sure I have the right side down. That'll be enough to hold us up, hopefully, if we get some ore, although maybe we should just go for broke. Make sure we can bring a load of ore back. I might want to, you know, hand mine something and bring it back to base. There we go. And then we're going to need some side thrusters. For sure. Let me see if I can stand on here. We'll save some hydrogen. Alright, so we're going to need some side to side. Trying to think this through. Something like that, maybe? Oh, we can't do that. Alright, let's put it just on top of the battery then. They're kind of an odd shape. Like that. Then we need forward and back. So how do we want to do those? We want to be able to slow down pretty good. So we could have one here and then maybe some little flat thrusters. You won't mount there. I'll have to put some plates on here probably. Can I get one? I can get one there. And then if we have some mounts maybe on each side. Might have to do this on the front as well so we get some more stopping power. Yeah, why doesn't it like that? Oh, I'm out of steel plate. That's why it doesn't like that. How are we doing on hydrogen? We're about half used up. Alright, snuggle you right in there. So that should make us go fast. We need to be able to stop. That should be a thing. And you can't fit there because your front, I think, interferes. So what if we went with the little guy? Couple of those on either side. And then we definitely need to get a gyroscope in here before I forget. So let's put a couple of gyros up top so it's nice and easy to control. I don't remember which way I made the other one. There we go. And then it wouldn't hurt to have like a beacon on here as well, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, we can't fit that in there, so we'll stick this kind of thing on the back here. There we go. Let's do it like... we have this sticking out here. And then can I get a beacon? Yeah, let's get a beacon just so we can find it. Okay, that's the basics. Me refill my hydrogen, get a bunch of parts made, and we'll get this thing welded up. Here we go, got a battery done. That can get to charging. And working on a bunch of parts for these atmospheric thrusters. Got 2 speed modules on the assembler, so that helps quite a bit. There we go. The main thing will just be, will we run out of materials? Probably. There we go. Got the cockpit done. That chug away on parts. Let's see. Let's get the ore detector and the beacon. So, lots of welding in my future. We'll keep welding this up and we'll take it for a little test flight. Pretty clear skies, but we're getting a lot of thunder. So, hopefully that's not going to be a bad thing. Just about got this welded up. I think I do want to add at least one event controller for docking. So let's get a small grid event controller on here as well. Yeah, it's a really fast assembler. I like it. And then it wouldn't hurt to have maybe some kind of landing gear for when we're out and about. Alright, there we go. That's at least the basics. Where do I have room to stick an event controller? Probably have to be back here on the back. Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah, let's stick it right here. There we go. Got our beacon. How about a landing gear? Let me guess. We need some steel plate. I might be out of steel plate. We can make some pretty quick, though. Alright, let's grab that. And yeah, let's just throw a landing gear on there. Fire up some parts. Alright. That probably doesn't stick down far enough, does it? Yeah, it'll do for now. Alright, let's hop in the cockpit. I went ahead and set some stuff up on here. Let's go. This will be the event controller for, I've been calling it Flyer for flyer docking. And so we want to take connector lock unlock and add that block there. And then when we connect, we want to do some stuff. When we connect, we want the batteries to go to recharge. And we want the thrusters to go off. And we might as well throw the ore detector on there as well in case it's turned on. We can turn that off. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Forgot, this is not a timer block. Alright. We want that to toggle off. We go back here, we have thrusters toggle off. And then over on 1, the batteries recharge on. So I'm using the different control groups here. You can do control 2, 3, 4, etc. So that's for on. Then when we want the batteries to be auto. And we want the thrusters to be on. We want the ore detector. We don't care if the ore detector's on. We just want to turn it off when we come in to land. So in theory, it's a good theory. In theory, I can just unpark and we'll be flying. There we go. We were flying. Let's go get our landing gear. And let's toggle the auto lock on and off. So we have that available. Okay, we can go up and down. We've established that. We can go forward. We can go backwards. We can go side to side. And we have, whoa, we have lots of gyro. So we may want to turn the gyro down just a bit. If we come back down here to our little parking spot. We hit P for parking. There we go. Batteries on recharge, thrusters off. I like it. That will work. Cool. Well, I'm going to let the batteries charge up before we go too far afield. Is there anything else we need on there? I might do like some armor greebling and stuff while I'm waiting for the batteries to charge. We don't need oxygen, so I don't really need an O2H2 generator on it. Oh, I didn't weld up the this little piece that's hiding back in there. We need to do that. It's our little converter guy. Oh. He was shooting somebody. I set the range on the turrets down to 200 meters. So I would like to get some of that wolf meat. But so far, I've not seen where the wolves are. Their bodies are, you know, fairly small-ish. So maybe I need to set it to 100 meters so we can actually get some wolf meat. Oh, what's this over here? Hey, we found one. There we go. So as you can see, they're kind of hard to see, especially if they're going to be in the grass or something. Maybe I even ought to set it to less than 100. We'll try 100 though. Let me change these down. Well, we could do 50. That'll get them around the base. They seem to be killing them pretty quick. So if we go look at turret, yeah, they've only used up like 1 mag. But we are refining a bunch of magnesium, so it probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and get some more of that queued up. And they use this MR50A rifle magazines. So let's do another 40 of those. Alright, I'm going to do some armor greebling, like I said, on the ship, and we'll let the batteries charge. And then We'll probably go exploring. I probably ought to go get some more iron. I've been chopping this episode up. I'm not sure how long it is. Maybe we'll do next episode of going exploring, because it may take quite a while to find anything. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's wrap it up here. I'm gonna chill, let the batteries charge, get a little stuff done. But we're doing fine. This base will keep us alive. We've got plenty of food. Speaking of food, I should throw some in the flyer before I forget. So next episode we will take the flyer out and we shall sally forth. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cue that up so it'll keep cooking the meat. And hopefully we can find some wheat and a good place to stick the farm. There we go. Nice and warm and toasty in here. I like it. Thanks as always for watching, folks. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care. Wolf meat.